Mic check. All right, so today we looking at an album from a classic artist, and it's gonna be Supreme Clientele 2 by Ghostface Killah. Even before I talk about this album, I want to bring up the album that he dropped last year, which I listened to. I didn't review it though, but this is a fire ass album. So this is the album Set the Tone to drop 2024. Is 19 songs. This album was solid, and for some reason I was under the impression that this was, I might be wrong, but I could have sworn that this shit had like part one somewhere around it. I thought, or at least I thought this was like a part one, and that there was gonna be a part two to this or some shit. Anyways, this album is dope. This album is about 19 tracks. It's got some solid features on it. I'm gonna read the features from the bottom to the top. So they got Remy Ma on it, Chucky Hollywood, Busta Rhymes, AZ, Ja Rule, Fat Joe, Kanye West is on a track, and Kanye West actually did a non-bipolar fucking weirdo verse. Like, he got in the studio and actually made a fucking song with Ghostface. Nas is on the album, Raekwon, Method Man, Jim Jones, Sheik Luch, Harley, October London. Those ain't all the people that's on the album, but those are just some of the features. The rest are listed there. Go listen to it. But that's a solid album. I was real impressed by it. And the reason I'm speaking about that first is because this is a 19 song album. This shit is deep. It came out May 10th, 2024. So I had no idea that he was dropping an album this year. Supreme Clientele 2, an album that's just as long. So, and on top of that, I reviewed the Wu-Tang album that dropped this year. So in between, he's been dropping songs with Wu-Tang. Like, these niggas is these niggas going crazy. So Supreme Clientele 2. I had no idea this album was dropping until a week before it dropped. I saw him post one of the songs, and the album in total is 22 songs. It clocks out at 48 minutes, which is awesome. I like that. Like, it's when I just let it play, all the songs are what's that shit where they all just run together. Like the song finishes and then the next one kind of like breathes in like a DJ with a fader. They just fade the next song. Like, they did a real good job mixing, mastering, engineering. The guest appearances on it are fire as fuck, just like that Set the Tone album. This one features M.O.P. Redman is on the intro. Styles P, Conway the Machine, Ty Boogie on a couple tracks, Aisha Hall, Raekwon, Method Man, Jizza, Reek the Villain, Pills, Nas again, Sun God, Nems, Supreme Intelligence, Pills, Driz, Ice, Reek the like, there's so many people, but this album is fire. And I'm not comparing it to Supreme Clientele 1. I know a lot of people are probably gonna listen to it and do that, but when I listen to this as if it weren't called Supreme Clientele 2. I listen to it as if it's its own album. But with that said, this is fire as hell. And there's someone who appears on one of these skits. I'm not gonna say who, but y'all just gotta listen to this. Like, it's filled with surprises. The Wu-Tang members don't appear on this album until track 14. Track 1 all the way up until that point, they carry this album so well. Cause like even when I looked at the track list, I was like, yo, this shit should be flooded with Wu-Tang members. But nah, like, I see what he was trying to do. Like, he's basically showing people different shit, and then Wu-Tang members hop in and stomp you out. This is a fire album. I was really impressed. It's an ode not just to. It's really a modern day album that brings you back to what hip hop should be. Like, all these artists that's out there making bullshit, this album is basically showing you what they would be making if they would have just taken a different path. But Ghost Dini, Pretty Tone, Iron Man, the New York Giant is in top form on this. And like I said, previously the Wu-Tang members, they getting older, but it's like they still on top of their shit. That Wu-Tang album that I reviewed earlier this year, I think that's their last album. But don't get it confused. These dudes is up to par. They could still rap with no issue. And shout outs Capadonna. Capadonna was the main nigga I showed y'all that earlier this year. But Ghost is on that same shit. This album he dropped last year is fire. And so is this. So he, you know what? I'm kind of at the point where I feel like consecutively he's been knocking out the most classics and near classics. And not just Wu-Tang, but just like in general in hip-hop. He's one of the artists who have a lot of classic albums under his belt. I'm not going to consider this a classic, but it's close. And same with Set the Tone. Set the Tone is also close. He don't run out of ideas. Like, I think Ghostface is way more creative than I originally thought. I always listen to Ghost for it's Ghostface, but nah, like he's actually the brains behind a lot of shit. I'm starting to realize, like, I'm real impressed with how all these albums got fire. Like, and he can get different producers and do all Ghostface, man. Ghostface. So I'm not gonna play none of these tracks today, but I really recommend y'all get on this. This is a moment. Conway the Machine. I haven't heard Conway for a minute. I was getting worried because this is like my favorite rapper right now. And I was getting worried, but to see him on this album, it had me like, oh, okay, cool. I could take a breather. Conway is still doing shit. Nems is on this. Nems is one of my favorites too. You just gotta peep it. And you also gotta listen out for the skits. There's a real special appearance on one of these skits. I'm not gonna say who, but nigga, this is fire. But keep it locked. Poltergeistportal. I'm signing off. Dope ass album. Check this out. Peace out, y'all.